So I'm actually seeing a lot of people not really like these. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sneaker Circle. It is your boy Danny back with another review, and in today's video I am going to be unboxing, reviewing the latest collaboration between A Ma Maniere and Jordan Brand. Now, I have seen it be a little divisive online, whether you're for these or against these. Now, I was excited for these. I love the leaks, and I must say packaging, box, everything for this is top tier. I'm gonna go ahead and get these out of the box. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the project itself. We're gonna talk about the shoe, review it as I normally would. So out the box, these are beautiful, they're fantastic. I'm gonna use all these keywords to let you know how much I feel about these. But I am noticing something kind of wild in the packaging themselves. Now, I did a little quick overshot of everything, and it's very it gives you that really luxury feel, the way the box actually just opens up and just folds on out. But I am noticing that this little step right here, this is like a little cloth that they include into the sneaker itself. It's actually starting to stain the silver on the boxes. If I could get a close-up picture or just kind of show it there. It's too bright. It's too bright and reflective in the light, you know. And I have seen some people complain about stains on their A Ma Manieres directly, whether it's on the Nike, on the sole. I don't think it'd show up too well on here, but there's a chance. There's actually a chance where the elephant print or where the elephant print would be does get stained. So if you are getting this pair for yourself, if you are owning them, I would say maybe push this towards the bottom of the box. Because yeah, I can actually show you a quick picture of that right there. It's staining the box. So cool box over here into the corner. Now, I did get these in my size 10.5, 12 women's, because this is technically a women's sneaker and it's released for in women's sizes. The release for these were a little bit interesting. They technically still haven't fully finished releasing. There is another sneakers released August 27th. I'm recording this the Friday of, but I got mine through a Discord raffle. A Ma Maniere has been kind of releasing some of their products lately, I think ever since the 5s. Before the official raffles and all the official releases, or usually at the same time they're doing their EQL raffles, they'll give specific free raffles to their Discord members, and it's completely free. You're just a member, and you have to catch when the raffle's happening. So they'll tweet it, or they'll mention everybody, let everyone know that it's live, and then boom, you got 7 minutes to enter. And if you get picked around the same time EQL winners are getting picked, or a couple days before, then you'll get an invoice. And this time it was handled all directly through EQL and Airtable, so it was super smooth. You just had to have been lucky enough to be on your phone when that goes out. So A Ma Maniere has told us that this is a 7-part kind of release with Nike Inc. So all of the properties under Nike. We got Jordan Brand, we got Converse, we got Nike themselves. And they already showed us what 6 of those models are gonna look like. We got these as stepping stone number 1. And then we have everything here pictured as well. The 7th one being the only thing we don't really know what it's gonna look like or what it's rolling around. It could be another 3, it could be another 4. We just don't know yet. And if you look at the way A Ma Maniere releases everything's kind of associated with the project. It usually has a short film. It usually has something that's kind of connected to the sneaker itself. This is the one where we still don't know what the meaning and everything is behind the shoe. So they did release a trailer. If you're not following their YouTube page, follow it. It's criminally slept on. It's under 2,000 subs last time I checked. But it's where all those short films are hosted. Now, I guess if you're into sneakers and if you're into all that stuff, you're gonna see them through their socials, through everything else. Give their YouTube a follow. It's an interesting batch of collections that they have there. So the project associated with these is While You Were Sleeping. It's kind of a jab at they kept creating while everyone was sleeping. The project, there's not a lot known about it right now. You can go on the A Ma Maniere page. You can go watch the trailer. It does talk about black tax. It does talk about some other topics, as well as kind of introducing other creators that they've worked with. We saw Nina Chanel, we saw Gibbs, we saw a lot of people that were like really influential in the sneaker space. But there was no like official story connection with these threes. And I do think that kind of hurt it a little bit in at least some of the collectors' eyes. I was genuinely excited to see how this would be paired up with a message, but now that that message still hasn't released, like we're still waiting on a full feature film. They're not doing a short film, which is why I think everything's kind of like staged out. I want to see what role these play in that bigger story. Getting straight to the video, I hope I can just skip ahead for people who didn't want to hear all of that. The sneaker itself is everything that the original one used as well. So we have this really nice soft leather. It's a tumbled leather, but it doesn't feel as stiff as older Air Jordan 3s do. And when it comes to the shape and everything, they are using that same shaping and mythology that Reimagines did. So if you like the way your Reimagines fit, feel, look, these are going to be on your list. So starting bottom to the top, we do have this cream sole that kind of goes out through the entire bottom. To me, it's a little similar to what they did on the Reimagines, just a little bit darker. Nothing as bad as they did on their Air Jordan 1s, where it was kind of had like that hue, like pink hue to it. No, these are pure yellow. Another little interesting detail is that they have, instead of painted, it has like a textured black part right here towards the heel. That actually feels almost like a really rough nubuck. Now, I just think it's textured paint. It does give the sneaker just kind of more of a little luxury feel. Everything about the sneaker and about A Ma Maniere directly is supposed to make you feel like it's luxury, or supposed to be luxury. I think there's a better way of saying that. Followed by this long hair suede. Now this is right here the same we saw on the original ones, the white pair. The only difference is they decided to kind of stick to the black cement color blocking. Not color, but just color blocking, where black cements have a bit of gray here and a bit of gray here. The first collaboration also did that. I feel like I'm just throwing these all around, but I'll bring them out to the table and show you directly. These instead gave you this violet or nubuck right here. I'm actually a big fan of that nubuck. And then we have the off-white cream Nike Air right there. Really clean sneaker. Now, looking at the leather itself, has a nice bounce, has a nice give. These are gonna be really nice on feet. They follow the same standard as the other one, so we have A Ma Maniere here. Now this project also is supposed to be celebrating their 10-year anniversary, so I was actually expecting them to go from their traditional A underline to like one with a 10. That would have been just a cool little nod. Another thing different they did about this sneaker versus the other one, or any other three we've seen, is kind of like what they did with their Air Jordan 5s. They thinned the liner at the very top, so let me show you. So here we have the first pair. This is the Raised by Women. Honestly, one of my favorite sneakers for them to date. Sizing wise, these don't fit as wide as these. They're both women's sneakers. They're both size 10.5. These fit traditional, like truly traditional Air Jordan 3s. These give you a little bit more space. And then we can look at right here, that collar. So one thing they did is they really slimmed it towards the end right here versus having a lot of like material here. And on foot, you don't really notice it too much because the padding is still consistent through the inside. It's just the very top. I feel like it's a little more straight. It's a little more there against your ankles. Laces also say work harder. I feel like that's been consistent between all the releases. Back tabs are a different story. So for the previous pair, we did have this right here. It says all we have is each other. And for the black pair for this, while you were sleeping, it does say do something about it. So both say it, both the right and the left pair. Here we go, try to get a little close up of it. If not, I will give you a photo. All right, in this part of the video, I did want to talk a little bit about the response that I've seen with these. Now, a lot of people are calling them bricks, a lot of people are calling them ugly. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but I do have some thoughts on the matter. If you're consistent in the sneaker world, you know that we do have black cements releasing later this year in November, I think it is. Like, it's around my birthday. And a lot of people are saying they passed up on these because they're just gonna go for those. This is what they're talking about. These are the black cement 3s, but these are from 2011. I have a dead stock pair I still haven't worn. At this point, I'm just afraid they're gonna pop under my feet. And I do feel like it's a super easy comparison to make, but fundamentally they are just different sneakers. So taking a look right there, here we have something that's a little more earth toned, a little more earth neutral, and these are just more black and white, and the gray pops more in your face. These to me are a little bit louder than these, even though these have purple in them, but everything's more muted. And honestly, you could wear them with pretty simple outfits, but if you're gonna be complex about it, then they don't really go with the same fits. And I guess it's easy to say just something like this, like you got a white pair and you got a black pair, and just immediately assume that it's a pair of white cements and black cements. I don't necessarily think that's the case. Like maybe these are the root, they're fundamentally where everything starts, but creatively, I just think these are on a different page, and they're really nice. This is the one sneaker that since you're able to get it for retail right now on retail platforms, it should be easy to get it on the 27th if you didn't get EA on sneakers. Now the hurdle to pass here is that the retail is pretty high. So these retails for $225. Through A Ma Maniere directly, through tax and I think ship, everything ran me almost like $257, which is pretty steep. I'm not in a position to be spending that right now, but these have been on my list all year and I just had to have them. But I understand why people are looking at that price tag and saying, yo, I don't want them, especially since we saw their 12s hit outlets. If I can find a pair at an outlet, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I will double up. These are a fantastic sneaker to have into your collection, and they're definitely gonna be on my top 5 list, maybe top 10 list this year. So overall, I am gonna say I do think this is a sleeper pick for this year. A Ma Maniere definitely isn't a stranger to hype. They have incredible collections, incredible collaborations. What they're doing with the sneakers is pretty nice, but pretty on brand with what they're doing. So I'm guessing if you have a little bit of fatigue when it comes to their collections, like I have the 5s and I have the 4s, all have that similar hue, burgundy, violet ore that they're trying to trademark, or is their trademark when it comes to A Ma Maniere. It can be pretty tiring, but they just look so good. I'm gonna say that if you can get these, go ahead and do it. If you can trade up for them, if you can trade some shoes you haven't seen or haven't looked at in like years, just get rid of those, throw these in your collection and you won't regret it. These are gonna be such a nice shoe come a year or two from now. I think they're just gonna be sleepers and I'm gonna enjoy them. I'm definitely gonna throw these on feet within the next month. All right, segueing into the final part of the video, thank you for tuning in and thank you for checking out the video. I hope I didn't ramble too much and I hope everything was organized in a method where you can kind of consume it. I'm gonna see you guys in the next review. Hopefully that's Silver Surfers because I did hit those on Kith, but I'm gonna save that video for when they actually ship and get here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these on the feet and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Be easy if you're new, you know, sub to the channel, like the video, do what you gotta do. I appreciate you. Peace.